studying to bother mommy. Hi, we're taking a break to bother you. Go look at all that masala.
Because people don't like chicken, so we replace the chicken with egg.
I don't like chicken, that's right. Chicken is gross. Whoever decided that chicken was the best and most versatile meat was a liar. It was bleh. Chicken.
That's dried onion. So I'm just going to add this on top, and what it will do is it will color the rice a little bit.
Has been made and I'm slowly waking up from my nap. So I thought I'd sit here and chat with you guys for a bit about how this week went. I hadn't planned on just recording one day and putting that up. I'd planned on recording the whole week. And those plans went to shit when I had quite an intense breakdown. I think I haven't had one like this since I was at university in Canada. I think it was a long time coming. That was probably why it was so intense. But it took me by surprise anyway, which is weird, a little odd, but let's talk about it. Maybe I'll like call these things chai and chats. Chat with chai. Everybody get your chai. And like, by the way, there's a difference between like tea and chai in my head. Like, I know chai just means tea. Cool. But like, chai to me is a different word than tea. Chai includes like a black tea, milk, sugar, and it's like boiled on the stove specifically. Tea can be made with a kettle, adding boiling water to a tea bag that's already in a cup. Like, it's a whole different experience. Chai is something very, very specific. I hope I'm in focus. I'm not using my usual camera. Oof, I needed that. So this week, I had a big mental breakdown. There's no like chill way to put it. Like this week was really hard for me. And I think I was severely disappointed in myself, primarily because, last week it ended so well. I found yoga again, and I started practicing and felt like I was getting my things in order. I had created a effective organization system again and was following that. So to have a mental breakdown after putting all these systems into place, I was really not impressed with the timing and with myself. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out why I was so upset. Like, I was just stressed and anxious all the time, and I couldn't figure out why. And after having this breakdown, it became a little public. I had a breakdown right after a test, like an in-person test. I feel bad for the teacher who had to watch me tear up as I told her Miss, I have to go, I don't feel well. So turns out the issue that I was dealing with was that I had created these expectations for myself to perform at the same level as I did last semester. Last semester went really well in my books. I failed a number of tests, but I redid them and they ended up being fine. Overall, last semester went really well for me. So I had put an expectation on myself to repeat this sensational feat that I had accomplished first semester. I expected myself to perform at the same level and expected myself to accomplish the very same things that I did the first semester. And even now, as I'm talking to you, as I'm rationalizing it after having gone through thinking it through, I still don't think that's an unreasonable request of myself. I don't think that's an unreasonable expectation. I did well first semester, so I should be able to do well this semester. I didn't quite account for burnout, and that is the understatement of the week. As soon as the semester started, I was a couple of lectures behind, and that was because exams have been going on, and these lectures have been put up before exams, and so I just had never gotten around to watching them. So eventually, when exams finished last semester and the new semester started, I was a couple lectures behind, and I felt like I had to catch up. I had a feeling of urgency, I need to catch up so that I'm starting the semester off right. I'm starting off the semester on top of things. That didn't happen, so I was a little stressed going into the semester. The biggest issue that I was dealing with was that I was missing classes unintentionally. There are definitely times where I'm not feeling well, or I have an appointment so I can't make it to a class, and in that case I let the professor know, I let the teacher know beforehand, and attend a different class or find the materials out later. In this case, I just missed, I think, 3 or 4 classes because of pure disorganization. They just weren't in my calendar, so I didn't do them. In one case, I knew they were in my calendar, but I just thought they were an hour later. It was a mess. I felt like a mess. I felt like a complete disorganized mess of a human being, and because I missed these classes, I felt like I was failing in school. What didn't help was that I actually didn't do very well in a couple of tests, so that to me solidified the idea of me not doing well, me failing. It became a downward spiral where I just kept believing that I wasn't doing well. I kept thinking that I was letting myself down. It got to a point where I felt like I was betraying myself and betraying these expectations I'd put on me, and that's a heavy word, and I like it. It's dramatic of me to use it. But that's how I felt. I'm sorry. I felt like I was failing in everything at school, and it was like, obviously I was like, it was affecting me for sure. And I saw that my mood and my stress levels were affecting the people around me, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm feeling as a human being, I'm feeling as a sister, I'm feeling as a daughter, I'm feeling as a friend. Like everything was just in my mind going to shit because I couldn't get my act together for school. I didn't realize that I was putting this much pressure on myself because like I thought what I was expecting of myself was very reasonable. I thought it was cool. I thought it was like, all right, it's fine if you don't do a few exams well, but overall you should be able to pass like you did last semester. Even you should be on top of your classes like you were last semester. I didn't miss any classes last semester. So when I wasn't living up to that standard, I just felt so disappointed because I knew I could. It was like I was just so disappointed in myself. And eventually that led to a breakdown on Wednesday, where I ended up missing a class on Wednesday morning, and that triggered me really badly, but I couldn't deal with it. Like I didn't have the time, I didn't have the mental capacity to deal with it in that moment because I was already on my way to school to do a test. I didn't have it in me to just like be sad and be upset and be disappointed in myself, so I had to put it away, lock it in a little box so I could do the test and deal with it later. What ended up happening is it burst out through the seams of my beautifully locked little box as soon as the test was over, and I was like, I'm done, I can't be here, I'm out, see ya. Went home, cried for 3 freaking days straight. Again, dramatic. I did a meditation and really thought about why I was feeling what I was feeling, and the meditation was about triggers, like confronting your triggers or something like that, and it asked these like really hard-hitting questions which I did not appreciate at the time, but I knew I needed. It was a 20-minute meditation, and they asked questions like what was the situation that triggered you? What emotions did it bring up? How did you react? How do you feel that you're not good enough? What are you exaggerating? What are you avoiding? What are you negating? What are you fixating on? And all of these questions within a 20-minute meditation video. And I cried for 20 minutes straight. Like I didn't know what to do. I tried to think about it, but quite honestly, it was like a really hard thing for me to get through. I think I was just really in the moment. I'm really feeling the emotions for the first time. So I wrote about it a day later, and I realized that, you know what, this was the thing that triggered me, and I didn't realize it. It was me missing class. I felt like I was letting myself down. And I went through the whole list of the questions, and I got to a point where I was like, I see. I am being so hard on myself, and I'm really fixating on my mistakes, and I really just need to let it go. I need to be able to forgive myself. I need to be able to move on. It wasn't until I still haven't completely understood how I'm going to do that. I know that I need to decrease the expectations, or like the intensity of the expectations that I have for myself. I'm not going to be perfect. I know that now. I know that. I knew that in, you know, like the conscious part of my brain. I just needed to put it in like the unconscious part of my brain. I took yesterday as pretty much a day off, and I'm feeling a lot better. I still have the same deadlines. I still have all the tasks on my to-do list that need to get done, but this time I'm feeling like if I don't do it, it's okay. I'm feeling like I can manage it, and that's a really good feeling. I want to end this video here because I'm going to have my chai. I couldn't actually have the chai and chat with you guys at the same time because it's too hot right now. But I'm going to go sit down, have my chai, and then I'm going to get a little bit of work done for a couple of hours because I have plans tonight to play some video games with some friends. We're going to play RuneScape. We're going to old school RuneScape, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to my thoughts. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you are enjoying your chai, and I will see you in the next one next week. Bye.